When I say begin, read the words the best you can. Point to each letter and tell me the sound or read the whole word.
At NB Mills Elementary School in Statesville, teacher Alyssa Westlake works with her third grade students on reading fundamentals, focusing on the main sounds within words.
Pon, pig, dat.
2 years ago, this end of school lesson didn't take place.
The last 2 years have been like nothing I've ever seen before.
It's been a wild ride.
When the COVID-19 pandemic reached the United States in March of 2020, pretty much everything, including education, came to a screeching halt.
And at first it was like, this is kind of fun and different.
In Union County, Amanda Sterner, a mother of 4 boys, turned her home office into a virtual classroom. It was perfect, or so she thought.
I set up like in my office. I was so naive, I had a table. And I was like, this is perfect. Like, I'll do my work, they'll do their work, right? Like, they had their own little desk, their workstation. Oh, that did not work. I mean, they didn't want to do it.
For teachers and administrators, online learning proved to be just as challenging.
We didn't go to school to learn how to teach virtually. We went to school to see you face to face each day.
A lot of kids didn't have internet, and that was a struggle.
I don't know how many webcams we bought, but it was a plethora.
As the 2020-21 academic year approached, school boards nationwide faced a tough decision: when to go back and how to do it safely. Iredell-Statesville schools were among the first in the Charlotte region to go back to in-person learning.
We knew that being in the seat was the best way for our kids to get an education, and we gave options. So if you did not feel safe with that, we did synchronous learning.
These kids were happy to be back. They wanted to come back, they wanted to see us.
That's where I feel like our administration team, support staff, everybody as far as from the top down, did a great job communicating what needed to be done.
By early October of 2020, district elementary schools were back full-time, 5 days a week. Middle and high schools soon followed.
My experience with the virtual learning is it is nowhere close to being in the classroom, sitting down with the teacher, with the supports that we have here. I don't think you can compare it.
These other districts that had been going back 2 and 3 days a week and then quickly 5 days a week, they were able to do it with no huge outbreaks, no huge problems.
Iredell-Statesville's decision to return to school paid off on standardized tests. According to the Department of Public Instruction, third grade reading scores overall in North Carolina in 2021 dropped an average of over 10 points from where they were in 2019, the last full school year before the pandemic. The school district with the least amount of loss regionally, Iredell-Statesville, at just 5%.
It makes you feel good because we worked so hard. I mean, we worked harder than we've ever worked for the last 2.5 years, and it's a reward. It feels good for somebody to say, you guys did really well.
I think if we've learned nothing else, face-to-face instruction cannot be replaced.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools suffered the worst loss in reading performance at nearly 20%. The district was among the last to go back to in-person learning, with many students opting to stay remote the entire school year.
CMS was slow to look at the data and look at what other people had done and then adjust. And there wasn't really a willingness to kind of look at our neighbors and say, oh, this works.
I think our district leadership made the best decisions that they possibly could at the time, given the circumstances.
Math scores suffered even more, with the state average down 20 percentage points. CMS lost nearly 30%, with Iredell-Statesville losing just 5.
There was a clear difference in terms of how much time you spent in the classroom and how you did on those end-of-year tests.
I'm just really happy that we were able to continue pushing our students forward and that we got that academic growth for one of the most challenging times that I've ever experienced. We were still able to come out growing our students.
CMS says keep in mind those numbers are from 2021, not this school year, where end-of-grade testing is just now wrapping up. CMS is also a much larger district than its surrounding neighbors.
CMS's view of the story was it's not fair to compare us to Iredell County or Union County. And historically, CMS compares itself to Wake County Public Schools, to Durham, to these other large urban districts.
And there's data that supports that the efforts we've done specifically around reading foundational skills are proving fruitful. Will all of that translate immediately to an end-of-grade test? Perhaps not, although I think we will see increases there as well.
It's been a whirlwind 2 years for everyone involved in education: students, teachers, administrators, and parents. Everyone, though, is just glad the worst of all this is finally behind us. or so we hope. For Carolina Impact, I'm Jason Terzis reporting.
We hope you enjoyed the story. If you don't want to miss any more great stories about the Charlotte region, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.